Boy, it's a beautiful day outside. Hello everybody, how are you doing? Here's an update video. I'm sorry I have not made a video in a while. I do appreciate everybody who comments on my videos. You still ask how I'm doing. I'm doing great. You're awesome. I love you. You're wonderful. Thank you for checking in to see how I'm doing. Unfortunately, I have not tapered off of my medication yet. If I had, there definitely would have been videos. I'm at a moment in my life, and I have been, I'm going through a divorce right now. And a divorce is not an overnight thing. As a matter of fact, next month, I am going to actually go to the court to finalize the divorce. And so I realized that I am at a time in my life where getting off of my medication is not my best option. Yes, there's going to be hurdles and obstacles, and there's going to be bumps in the road, and there's going to be challenges in life that I have to face. And I understand that, there is no excuses. But I know myself, and I know the stress and pain that I've been going through. And I know for a fact that if I was to even attempt to taper off right now at this time in my life, I would just be setting myself up for failure. So I'm going to wait for a sunnier day to give that a try. In the meantime, I do plan to make more videos, and I do plan to interact with you all much more often. I don't want to end this video yet because I also want to talk about something I've noticed when I go to get my scripts filled, and something that has made me very uncomfortable, and I think it's quite sad. And that is, as a Suboxone patient, as a surviving addict, that's the way I feel about myself. I feel like I am a survivor because not everybody comes out of drug addiction alive. If you've been in the drug game for a while, you know or have had friends or family members who have died from addiction. And this is a disease. It is a progressive disease that there is no cure for. It's really disheartening when I go to get a script filled, especially if, like, say, there's a pharmacy that's able to offer me my medication at a cheaper rate, and, I have to pay for everything out of pocket. I do not have insurance to cover the cost of my medication, and as we all know, this medication is not cheap, although I'm sure it is cheaper than hell to manufacture. But those drug cartels, they have to make their money. But when I go to get my prescription filled, and I feel like I'm being treated as a second-class citizen, as if I'm being looked down upon by the pharmacist or the pharmacist technicians, it is very disheartening. If you're a pharmacist, or if you're a pharmacist technician, I don't feel that you should treat, talk to, or even have an attitude, either verbally or non-verbally, with your body language towards any customer, and including an addict who's coming there to fill a prescription that can save their life. And the fact that they're coming to the pharmacy to get this particular prescription filled, whether it be Suboxone or methadone, should tell you that this person is reaching out, has already reached out, and has sought help. So yeah, if you work at a pharmacy and you have a customer comes in and they have a Suboxone or a methadone prescription to get filled, please treat them with respect. Please treat them like a human being. Don't look down upon them. Don't make comments or use, offensive body language towards that customer who's coming in to get a prescription filled. Just because you understand that any customer comes in with a Suboxone or a methadone script has been a drug addict, gives you no reason nor any right to treat them or to act as if they're a second-class citizen, or if they're someone below you. You should treat them with every ounce of respect as you would treat someone coming in there to get a cancer prescription filled. Because whether you like it or not, and whether you want to agree to it or not, drug addiction is a progressive, deadly disease that there is no cure for. And even so, even though the person has made the mistake in taking a drug for whatever reason, does not mean that they should be judged and persecuted for the rest of their life because they got into a situation that was way over their head, that they didn't understand the full extent of the consequences of. If you work at the pharmacy and you're going to be angry at someone, then you should be angry at the doctors who overprescribe hard narcotics in the first place, which has caused such an outbreak of opiate and heroin addiction and abuse. And you should treat someone who's getting that prescription filled with dignity and respect. And more than once, I have been disrespected and embarrassed and made to feel like I'm this small when I go to get my prescription filled, and it's wrong and it isn't right. And if you think for a moment that as a customer I don't pick up on your attitude or the way you talk with your other employees or whatnot, you think that I don't pick up on that? You don't think that your customers pick up on that? They know what you think of them and how you think of them based upon your attitude and your body language. And I wouldn't come to that judgment right away, but when it happens, almost every time that you go to get your prescription filled and you see the difference between how you're treated and X amount of customers ahead of you are treated, there is definitely discrimination there, and there shouldn't be. You should look at them as someone who's reached out to get help, as someone who's took the first step towards getting well, towards getting sober, and that's something to be celebrated. That's something to be proud of that person for. Because that person has made the choice to turn their life around. Unfortunately, at this time in my life, I'm dealing with a rough situation, and I know that if I was to even try to taper off at this time, it would just be setting myself up for failure. And so therefore, I'm just not ready. But that day is coming. And when that day comes, I'm going to need everybody's help and support. And I hope that my struggle and my battle to get off of this shit and to get well, to get my life back, will touch someone, will help someone get their life back, or may help someone see the struggle and the hell and the suffering that an addict goes through and make the better choice and not to use to begin with. Because I tell you what, even though we take Suboxone or methadone to get off of our other addiction, it's still an opiate, it's still an addictive substance. It still comes with all the withdrawals as the other drug did. There is the potential there with that medication to give you your life back and to save your life. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please join me on this fight. Let's share with one another and let's help one another come out on the other side sober together. We can do this. You can do this. And don't ever feel small. Don't let other people's judgments or opinions about you make you feel small. Don't feel like you're unworthy or you're not a good person or that there's something wrong with you because you're an addict. You're a human being who deserves every ounce of love and respect as the next person. And at the end of the day, the only judgment that matters the most is your own. And at the end of the day, the only person that can help you is yourself. So filter out all that other noise and filter out everybody else's judgments and just decide that you're going to prove them all wrong and you're going to come out a survivor and a winner and maybe one day help others to do the same. I believe in you. I know what you're going through. I sympathize and I empathize with you and I love you. So take care and you can do it.